It's the old town of Kotor, behind this wall. The harbour. The old buildings are from the former Yugoslavian era. All the old buildings you can see here in the distance. This is a former Yugo petroleum building on the Bay of Kotor. Seven Seas Voyager cruise ship. I've got to jump. Hello, tomorrow. Don't know how you chat.
Want some?
No, what is it? It's like a worm. Chestnuts.
I don't know the name in English.
It looks like a worm.
It's I don't know. How.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's some kind of nut.
Looks like a chestnut.
Probably.
It's a place called Kotor in Montenegro. All the cruise ships come in here. This is the old town of Kotor behind this big wall. This is the old mountain road that went all the way up to the top during the 1300s. This building is the old Yugo Petroleum Company's headquarters in the Bay of Kotor from the Yugoslavian era.
Walnuts, right?
The almonds.
Almonds, yeah.
Sure, thanks. YouTube Live. This place is called Kotor, K-O-T-O-R. It's in Montenegro, country that used to be part of the former Yugoslavia. About 26 degrees today. We're going to get overtaken by a speedboat. The water here is really blue, almost like clear blue. first cruise ship we saw in the bay was the Seven Seas Voyager. This next one is the Seabourn Cruises Encore. And if it's still berth, there's a Celebrity Cruises Constellation, which holds about 2,137 passengers. The Seven Seas Voyager is about 700 passengers. The Bay of Kotor, and the houses you see on the right are part of Kotor, and the old town of Kotor is over on the left behind the cruise ships. These are all deep water ports. They used to be fjords, or they still are fjords, which is why the big ships can get in and out of them because the water is so deep here. To the chat. Hey Louis, how you doing? And AMS Vlogs. Hey Louis, or AMS Vlogs. I'm in Kotor, Montenegro. You're welcome. Oh. This is a big fjord. A deep water channel enables the cruise ships to get in. It's a very Catholic country like the Philippines. It's an old Catholic chapel here. It's very hot here, Louis, actually. It's about 26 degrees today, which is probably cold for you, but I know how hot it is in the Philippines now. are the houses on the hills. Yeah, there's a lot of churches here, Lou, actually. There's the religion is split between Catholic and traditional Orthodox. This country, Montenegro, used to be part of what is the former Yugoslavia with several other countries. So when Yugoslavia split into different countries 30 years ago, half of the population are Catholic and half are Orthodox. You're welcome, Louis. So there's lots of little smaller churches around. There's another church coming up on the left-hand side of the boat, so if you stay watching, when we get to it I'll zoom in on it and you can see it's quite an old one. So there's the old, this one, try and keep it still on a moving boat. It's like an old chapel, and then to the right of it you've got this maybe Orthodox, might be a Catholic church actually. Huge mountains. And then behind me now is the Celebrity Cruises Constellation cruise ship. Indeed, Louis, exactly that. There's quite a lot of Catholicism in obviously Italy and around the world. I'm just on a little small boat with lots of other passengers. You see when that cruise ship is pretty big when you're next to it. So if I zoom in, it looks big. But then when I zoom out, and you see the size of the mountain, you can't even see the cruise ship anymore. This one is the Celebrity Cruises Constellation ship. Oh, it's about 2,100 passengers. Helps you to see the world, Louis, even though you can't probably leave the Philippines. There's another church actually here. Yeah, that's Celebrity Cruises ship. I looked it up. It holds 2,326 passengers. The Voyager of the Seas ship holds 700, and the Seabourn Cruises I think holds 1,800 people. So yeah, it's probably a good 2,500 people on. Sorry, a good 4,500, 5,000 people on those three ships. Yeah, I've been to the Philippines 3 times, Louis. I've been to Biri, Northern Samar. I've been to Boracay. I've been to Dumaguete, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, Bohol, Panglao, Palawan. It's just so beautiful here. The scenery is just absolutely stunning. Huge rocks on the mountains. Like if this rock ever fell away into the sea, it would cause a tidal wave around most of Europe. Tsunami. Anyone just joining me, I am in the Bay of Kotor in Montenegro in the Mediterranean, part of the former Yugoslavia. And the view is pretty much the same wherever we go on this boat, because it's just lots of islands, lots of mountains, lots of trees, and lots of houses that are all the same colour with the same colour roof, as you can see right the way around. If you're not already a subscriber, please like this live and leave a comment and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, Louis, a lot of these churches that you can see here are actually from like the 1166, the year 1166 to about 1342. That's when they were probably built. That's certainly when the old town of Kotor was built in 1166. So pretty old compared to now. But they still stand intact, even though they were built, 9,000 years ago. There's, they probably get maintained because of the salt water, but they're just still in really good condition. They still have landslides here, Louis, like where you are. So there's a bit of a landslip. And up there, there's a landslip. Hey Louis, are you still using that banner on your page I made for you? Yeah, there was near where my hotel is, Louis, where some years ago, maybe 25 years ago, there was a big catastrophe in a place called Herceg and Novi, where there was a great big, huge lump of rock, similar to these cliffs here, a big lump of rock like that. And one year they had some seismic activity for an earthquake, and the piece of rock fell and it slipped down the mountain and it wiped out all the hotels and houses that were in front of it and made them all fall into the sea, and obviously injured and killed quite a lot of people. Tamara, what are you saying in English, please? I can't read it. Louis, what's Tamara saying in English? I don't know, Tamara. When will you get here? Maybe when your government let you out of the country. I heard it's very difficult for Filipino citizens to leave the country easily. It's actually not expensive here. My flight from the UK was only £80 return. So from Manchester to Dubrovnik to Herceg Novi, and that works out in pesos, perhaps. Well, if you get a calculator and you multiply 80 times 70, that will give you the amount in pesos. So relatively cheap compared to what it cost me to fly from the UK to the Philippines. I think Tamara thinks I am a Pinoy. Hey Tamara, I'm not a Pinoy. Do I look Pinoy? Only Ateng Kulit is a Pinay. I am not Pinoy. There's a nice hotel complex here. Just going past it. It's its own private beach and a pool. I could have flown here with like the bigger airlines, but I thought it was too expensive, like 400, nearly 500 pounds. So if you do 500 times 70, that would be the pesos. So I just went with a budget airline, and then I hired a car, which I had experience driving on the same side as the road in the Philippines, but in the UK we drive on the left, not on the right. So that was interesting. And then I used hotel loyalty points to book my accommodation here, so it didn't actually cost me anything physically. And then this boat trip I'm on now was 40 euros, which is maybe 3,000 pesos, something like that. But we left this morning at 9 a.m. and won't get back till maybe 4 p.m. So we went to a Catholic church called Lady of the Rocks. If you Google Lady of the Rocks Kotor, Kotor, you'll see it's a former Catholic convent on an island in the middle of the sea, and it looks quite random. And then we went to Kotor, old town, so I took some video footage for that so I can edit that into my long form. And then now we're going on our way to Perast, which is some halfway, I suppose, between Kotor and Herceg Novi. We saw the submarine tunnels in the cliff face during World War II. There was two huge tunnels that were dug out of the rock in the sea, which enabled, I don't know which military, but to store submarines in the bay without being seen, or U-boats maybe. Hey, Beta Aquatica. How are you doing? Louis, where did you last go on? Have you been abroad yet, Louis? I know it looks like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not. I'm talking to people in the Philippines. I said, Louis, have you left the Philippines yet? Have you been abroad anywhere? Have you traveled? Have you traveled abroad anywhere, Louis? Can you hear me, Louis? The boat noise is quite loud. That's a shame. There's lots to see out there.
Hello again. I just want to welcome everybody back on the board, and I hope everybody had a nice time in Kotor. Our next stop is going to be Perast, and we will spend 45 minutes in Perast. Again, I will write on the paper the departure time. And in Perast, I advise you to take a nice coffee break. It's a very small town. You can walk like maybe in 15 minutes. You can see a lot. And Perast is very famous because it has a lot of churches, Catholic and both Catholic and Orthodox. And also you're gonna go to the tower, which you can climb up to. It's gonna be where we leave the boat. And Perast also has the oldest marine school in this Adriatic area. Dobrodošli svima nazad. Sada ćemo ići u Perast koji će nam biti posljednja stanica. U Perastu ćemo provesti nekih 45 minuta i napisati opet na papiru kada da ne biste boravili u Perastu možete napokon će nas stvarno prelep pogled i možete obići čitav Perast za nekih 15-20 minuta s obzirom na mali grad. Hvala vam.
That was the tour guide on the boat. She was just telling us that we're going to Perast now. It's a small fishing port village, and we should get coffee there and support the locals. Louis, you should try to get yourself to Boracay. It's really nice there, but maybe go in the off season when it's not crazy busy. You can get Pinoy accommodation very cheap there, like bunks. You don't have to stay in expensive hotel. Speedboat's chasing us. Scenery here is just really stunning. This reminds me of Chocolate Hills in Bohol, almost, but much bigger. It's like a massive chocolate hill. Louis, why don't you set yourself up as a tour guide for private groups in the Philippines, in your province? Maybe get like a website or something, small one-page website. Be honest with people, offer private tour service around your area where you live. Are you from Bohol, Louis? I think when I retire, I will sell my house in England and move somewhere else, like Philippines. It's cheaper to live. Oh, Davao, Louis. Hello, Jelabes. How are you? If you just joined me, I am in the Bay of Kotor in a country called Montenegro, which is part of the former Yugoslavia. I was in Bohol, Tamara, back in November. I think I went to Bohol on the 20th or 21st of November. I went to Bohol and then to Panglao. I went to the Tarsier Sanctuary, visited some churches and the restaurant on the river, on the boats. Hi, Jelabes. Hello, Atenkulit. Atenkulit is in Marites. So is your province, Louis, out in the rural countryside, or is it near the city of Davao? She's not really, I'm just joking with her. That's just the only word I know. Apart from Kamustakar, I know the word Marites. See, it's like the Chocolate Hills, Tamara, but these ones are a lot bigger. Atenkuli, are you Marites with yourself or with other people? Are you talking to yourself? Like, I feel like I am talking to myself on a boat full of people, and people are looking at me like I'm having a strange conversation to my phone with nobody on the other end of it. I don't care. Yeah, I've got a travel sim, Louis. So I turn off my normal UK SIM card on my phone, and I've got an eSIM on my phone from a company called Aerolo. I will I can send, depends what phone you've got, if it's dual SIM or not. But basically I download the eSIM onto the phone, and it gives me full 4G LTE data connection for data only. So I put like 5 gig of data on, cost me like $20 US. I don't know how much will be left after this live, but it's quite useful because I could use it in any country, and it doesn't charge me like my UK SIM card would charge me in this country. Montenegro would charge me £3.57 a day, and to make calls £2.90 per megabyte, which is crazy. Whereas with this eSIM, it's not costing me anything because I've just topped up a data SIM. But yeah, it's on 4G LTE, and it says out in the middle of the ocean that I've got a full 5-bar signal. Where are you with tranquility?
From Perast is going to be at 3 p.m. Thank you. I hope you have good time in Perast. Sperăm să ćemo poći u 3 sata. Nadam se da ću dobro provesti. Hvala vam.
Whoop, bit close. So we're now arriving in the port of Perast, which is looks very nice. It's like a little, well, not dissimilar to all the other houses. They're all the same colour with the same colour roof. Hey, Apple. You don't want to see my Pangit face. Let's look at some countryside. Sun is like 26 degrees here. We're going to get off the boat in a minute and go for a walk around. We've got about 45 minutes here. So it's just adjusting my bag. Let's see if there's any churches around when I get off, and I'll show you some traditional Catholic churches in this little place called Perast. Whoa, nearly fell over. We're just getting off the boat. Sorry about the rockety camera. Hey, on some dry land. So, just got off the boat, This is the boat that I was on. Small boat. It's so hot here. Oh my god, it's so hot. Sail yacht. There's a chapel. I think you can climb up to the top of there. There's some people up there looking out. It seems that Perast was founded in 1680 by Matija Jevic. He continued a maritime family tradition as a master of one of the commercial sailing ships owned by Jevic family. After taking part in a plot against Captain Vico Božović in 1709, he had to leave Perast. On the recommendation of his friend, the Russian Count Pyotr Andreevich Tolstoy, he entered the service of the Russian Tsar Peter the Great. He distinguished himself as an expert in shipbuilding skills as well as in other maritime competencies. And after the Battle of Gangut, where he led the Russian fleet against the Swedes in 1714, he was promoted to the rank of Commodore and later to the rank of Admiral of the Russian Baltic Fleet. Russian Empress Catherine decorated him with the Order of St. Alexander Nevsky Zumjevic, and spent the rest of his life in Tavrovo, and is considered to be one of the founders of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. A portrait of him is in the museum on the town. There's just some beautiful buildings here, seriously. I mean, the scenery is absolutely amazing, obviously, but just huge mountains. And hey, there's a buko tree, but there's no buko in the buko tree. Must just be a palm tree. It's so lovely. Here is Matija Zamajevic, I just read about. Bit of a funky hairstyle going on there. And Marko Martinovic. And Tripo Kokolja. So this is the island of Perast. Perast. This is the place. And it's in the Bay of Kotor in the country Montenegro, which is in the Adriatic Sea and used to be part of the former Yugoslavia. So this church is St. Nicholas Church, 17th century. I think more than 1,000 years ago, Louis, not 100. 1760, it's now 2024. He didn't tell me, anybody that's watching that's Catholic, that I needed to take my hat off in a Catholic church. So they told me I had to take my hat off. Yeah, I lost connection in the church because of the stone walls, I think. Here is the clock tower. Octopus. Octopus with vegetables. Sounds good. Watch out. Oh. I waited and they got run over by the car. I don't know, you wouldn't get a tsunami coming here because if you look on the map at the Bay of Kotor, the opening is a very narrow opening into the Adriatic Sea, and it might see some ripples coming, but it's so built up with so many mountains and smaller bays and other islands, it just wouldn't, I don't think you'd get a tsunami that would come in this close. It's just such a nice place. Really lovely buildings. This is a hotel, Heritage Grand Perast by Rixos Hotels. Thanks, Apple. Sorry. I'm going to end my live at about an hour because I need to go and get a coffee and use the restroom. Oh wow, this building was really nice. Look at this. Yeah, you can't say no to the cute girls, Louis. Haha. There you go, Louis. One thing they have around here is really good ice creams. Look at these colours and flavours.
One scoop chocolate for me. Yeah, we're together.
Okay, you're in the same. Yes. Yes.
Okay, well.
I need to buy a magnet for my fridge. Some handmade goods. Well, it depends, Louis. One scoop is €1.50. So €1.50 is maybe £1.30. So £1.30 times 70 is 210. It's about 280 pesos for one scoop, equivalent. 280 pesos, about £1.30. I think that's right. 70 pesos to the pound, one scoop, £1.30 times 70. Yeah, about 280 pesos for one scoop, not 10 pesos like in Davao. Prices here obviously pretty crazy because it's a tourist area. Durian ice cream tastes like and smells like dog poo. It's disgusting. Go and watch my short on me eating it. It was absolutely horrible. Like eating custard that smelled like dog poo. Yeah, I don't think you'll find anything for 10 pesos here. So we went to this island earlier, I said at the start of my live stream, and I can see it now from where I'm stood at Perast. Oh look, there's lots of fish. You see all the fish? Lots of fish, but there's a house here on an island. And then a bit further to the right, if you see it there, is a Catholic convent called Saint Mary on the Rock, I think it's called. I might have got that wrong because I might have forgotten it. I think it's called St Mary on the Rocks. It was a Catholic convent back in the, I think 1400s or 1500s. So all the nuns used to go to the convent and they would live on there and pray on there and grow vegetables on the island out at sea. But you need a boat to get to it unless you swim, obviously. Fishes. Right, I'm going to end this stream now and I'll do another one when I've been to the restroom. Hope you've enjoyed seeing some of Perast and the Bay of Kotor in the country Montenegro. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button, leave a comment once it goes live, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe.